Hello and welcome to Sacred Akashic Healing Arts channel. My name's Corinne, I'm one of your hosts, and we're joined by my amazing co-host, Valentina Matthias.
Hi, everyone. Nice to be here again.
Yeah,
Hi, Corinne.
hi Valentina. I'm so excited for this segment. This segment is our Akashic Hour segment where we are answering questions from our audience. We're already in the Akash. We've opened up the Akashic records, so we're in the Akashic records field. And we're going to be answering these questions. And if you stick around to the end, you can find out how you can get your questions answered for free or get a chance to have your questions answered for free in the Akash anyway, by Valentina, who is a Royal Akashic Guardian and Master Healer. And the intention behind this segment really is to bring the Akash to a larger audience and to really introduce activations, healing, insights, wisdom for our audience out there.
It's so important to connect people up because the Akash is what it's all about. So that's the original coming out from source, separating out into light and sound, creating the cosmic Akash. Various things happen. Create
Yeah,
the universal Akash, more stuff, galactic Akash, coming down into our earth Akash, our soul Akash in our body. Like this is literally what it's all about, reconnecting you to this sacred wisdom of a recording of your whole journey from source. So yeah, hugely happy to be here answering questions and educating people and helping people come back to that alignment. That's your birthright, right from millennia ago.
absolutely. And yeah, so we're going to be answering the first question we're going to be answering is from Claire. And her question is, so just to give you a little bit of background, so Claire works in a school right now, and part of what she does is forest school. In fact, that's what she does actually. She works there part time. She does forest school. So
Yes.
it's like outdoor ed. So it's taking the kids into, I know, beautiful, right? Taking the kids into the
Yeah.
forest and connecting them to nature. And she's been thinking about potentially setting up her own forest school. She's just not sure. She's not sure. She wants a bit of advice from her soul and her guides on what direction to take with her career at the moment.
Thank you for seeking guidance from us, Claire. We are very honoured to help you today. We've already done the whole process of opening your Akash with your permission. So now we can both tune in. Big breath in and letting go. Masters, teachers, and loved ones of Claire, can you please bring us the records or take us to the area of the Akash? Hmm. So we're going to an area of the Akash. Didn't quite finish that last sentence. That happens a lot with me. Take us to the area of the Akash where the forest school records are, specifically for Claire. So now we're there. And yeah, she's very aligned with the actual nature spirits when she's teaching.
Yeah.
And uh, she allows this right relationship between the nature spirits and her and between the children, but she also provides fantastic protection for the children too. She doesn't just like naively just be like, "Oh, here we are, knock yourself out, connect with whatever you want to connect with." She holds a really good container and connects herself. They're showing that Claire connects herself up with the forest, the trees, the earth, the nature spirits, the sky energy coming through. There's a lot of light, codes of light, like field, like you'd see it as just beautiful sunshine. And in our world, we call it fields of light codes coming through. They're showing that she works in partnership with those beings first and creates a container, and then she takes the children in. So that is how she would work. It's possibly how she already works, but if she will ask specifically about creating a school shortly and see what information you get to, Corinne. Um, but that's how they're her co-creators. It might look on paper like her co-creators are whatever has to be done in the 3D world, whether it's funding from the government and being certified for this, that, and the other, but they are her co-creators, and they're the forest, the area where she's intending to work is what she needs to get, who she needs to consult and get permission from, so to speak, and ask, you know, just be there, whether she meditates or just walks and gets her inspiration from being there. Uh, is up to her or whatever suits her, but they're her co-creators. And there's actually so it looks like it is happening because there's actually this really beautiful mother tree. There's a beautiful lineage of trees in the area where she's going to be, where there's daughter, mother, and grandmother. And they go back. They've been there, growing there for like a long time. They're not saying exactly when, but from the seeds a long time ago. Um, they're beautiful. And that's who wants to kind of mentor her from the forest, so to speak.
Yeah.
Um, and they're also saying that they want her to include elements, not elementals as in tree spirits, but to bring water in there too, because the forest is the earth. Uh, Somehow bring an element of water there as well, or there might be water there, but there has to be that to balance the, the holding the container of the school for the children. So that would be that. The air energy would be this beautiful sunlight and light codes that come through, and the wind in the trees. And then the fire energy, if she's allowed to, would ideally actually be fire. Yeah. And teaching them safe fire practices and how to look after the wood in the forest.
Yeah.
Much as you talk about often in our community when you post in the Sacred Tree Lineage Temple,
Yeah.
Korean, about asking about the usage of the wood. And speaking of which, it came through very strongly for me. This is an aside, but I have fire here going all the time, 24/7. And uh, when I first started that process a few weeks ago, of having it all the time, I was a bit anxious about like, oh, there's wood here on the property. I live on a property with other people, and should I, is it okay to use their wood? Should I go up to the supplier and get some wood? Should I walk up into the trees like this? I've got and my brain was a bit like, and I just waited for the knowledge, and it just came through like the wood's relationship is with the fire. It's got nothing to do with you, Valentina. Just allow the wood to have the relationship with the fire. That's the relationship.
Yeah.
So it would be teaching children that relationship as well somehow.
Yeah.
I hope that's not too much or too out there when you watch this, Claire. I hope she'd like it.
I love it.
So, oh, good. So I'll ask specifically, and then we'll see if what you've brought through within. Oh, you want to say
I mean, I got a big yes but I'd love to see
yes?
what you
Yeah.
yeah.
And they're pretty much describing it anyway.
Yeah.
So, masters, teachers, and loved ones of Claire, and the forest, and yeah, the wood there, even if it's fallen, it still has consciousness. Um, and they're liking the teaching that I just said, that we're in regards to fire, we have to understand that we're holding the container, that the relationship is between the wood and the fire. Um, and is it a big yes for yes, it is a big yes. Beautiful. And they would also like her, if possible, to open that, like to start it on the next solstice or on a solstice. So the next solstice won't be till December. I don't know if that's too far away, but she could start it on an equinox and work towards that.
I think she'd
Yeah.
need some time to get the plan together and set up that school, so I think that'd probably be perfect.
Yeah. Great. So are you getting any more information, Corinne, or just yes?
I just wanted to add because you brought in about the sticks being the relationship with the fire, and that was something that they're just asking me to talk about as well. Because when I started doing my sacred fire ceremonies, that came through very strongly. Going into the woods and asking the woods itself to guide me to the sticks that wanted to be a part of the sacred fire ceremony, and also
Yeah.
the information about the sticks on how they've been there for hundreds of years and they've been soaking in the starlight and the sunlight, and they're very powerful. And it is about the relationship between the stick and the fire. So they just wanted me to add that there, and that would be part of the teaching that Claire will build on with the
Yeah.
children. Yeah, so connect.
Oh, beautiful. Wow. Gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have speaking of starlight, last time I was on the East Coast, I currently live on the south coast of Australia in the land of magic in Port Elliot, right behind me. That's my sunrise. Um, and but I was on the East Coast and we went up into the mountains. They're called the Blue Mountains. They're beautiful. It's where my son was born. So we went there for Christmas to go back there and spend Christmas together. And when we were doing some, you know, they've got amazing forest walks there, bush walks, but it's called bush
Yeah.
generally in Australia. I noticed that some of the walks were listed as nighttime walks. So you can go there at nighttime and they're sort of got torches along the side that light it up so you can go into the bush or the forest on these great pathways at nighttime and you can gaze at the stars then.
Oh, beautiful.
So how amazing would that be? I don't know if you're allowed to do that with children, but yeah,
I'm not sure. I mean,
how amazing would that be?
I think it is. I
Yeah,
think it is possible. With, I mean, so she works in a school, so she understands the system in terms of what they've got to do, risk assessment, things like this. So I think it is
yeah,
possible to do those kind of things. They just have to be planned. So yeah,
yeah, yeah,
on
yeah. That would
the
like, and I don't know if you also, and probably on the South Coast too, it's just I know the East Coast a lot better.
yeah,
Also, one of my really good friends, Kath, often goes at night time to look at the fluorescent fungi when they're in season
gotcha.
into the bush.
Yeah.
Sends me pictures of them. Like it's amazing the things. Yeah, fireflies, of course, too, at night time, the right time of year. But yeah, so what else was her question?
So
Was there more to
yeah,
it?
well, it was really about a career advice. She was like I say, she does the forest school at school right now, but doesn't really feel appreciated. And she's been thinking, I could do this on my own. And actually, I think
Yeah,
doing it on her own, she's going to have more freedom as well. And it was coming in then when you were talking about the stars and how she can really connect these children back to the cycles of nature by doing
yes,
moon cycles, and there's just so much. And she's
yeah,
very creative. So just like you say, she's obviously very connected to the nature spirits, and they'll help her to keep expanding that. And she's going to have a lot more
yes,
freedom, I would think, doing that from through.
yeah,
So it was more about,
yeah,
yeah. So was it a good idea to do the forest school herself, which was a big yes, uh,
yes,
and also, yeah, is that a good career direction for her? Which,
yeah. Masters, teachers, and other ones of Claire, can you confirm that that would be a viable and good yes, absolutely. That would be amazing.
yeah,
Um, it just opens up so much. She's very creative too, so she could bring creativity into the process of being, oh, you can just imagine. Oh my God,
yeah.
so much you can do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's amazing with
yeah,
kids, and yeah, so I think it was beautiful that you brought for that message about how she holds that container for the children when
yeah,
she's there. So
yeah. But she's essentially working in the Earth Akash and to connecting their little souls up to the Earth Akash by being there because the membrane between the soul Akash and the Earth Akash is nature.
yeah,
So she's providing a massive service. And And as a society, we're giving children a massive disservice by keeping them disconnected in normal schools. Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you, Corinne. Thank you, Claire, for posting your question. And we'll just release that. Big breath in and letting go. Listening to, feeling the pulse of our hearts.
Well, that was amazing. Thank you for that question, Claire. And if you'd like to get your opportunity to have your question answered for free in the Akash, then all you need to do is firstly like the video, share it, and comment below, starting with question. Add in your full name. It's important that we get your full name, including a middle name, because that gives us permission to open up your Akashic records, and then followed by your question. And then you can get an opportunity to have your question answered as well. So thank you so much, Valentina, for that. That was amazing.
Thank you. It's what we love doing, isn't it?
Completely, yeah. So thank you, audience, and we'll see you on the next one.
Thank you.